talk about what a golden age actually is, and it's an interesting thing because this has been written for thousands of years, and people have known about it for really millions of years. So it's not a new thing, but it's well documented actually in Hindu teachings. But there are four yugas that occur, as they say, and they call them in the Hindu teachings. There's first the golden age, and these occur over more than 2 million years total. First, you have the golden age, which lasts about 1.7 million years, and we've been out of the golden age for a long time, and it's an age when things go really well. Everything is easy to do, and we don't really even need to eat during that time. People have been. They first started learning about what we do and what we can do several million years ago, and it wasn't as far along, not nearly as far along as other universes and galaxies. And this galaxy alone is much further along than most of what we do right now. The Anunnaki came here, straightened us out about 12 and a half thousand years ago. Got us into a lot of the stuff that they knew about. Inbred with us and got our conscious levels up quite a bit, but we're really messed up today. We're back to square one almost. It's just that we've got what we think of as super intelligence, and it's super ignorance. So we got to get out of this thing and get back into a harmonious kind of living level. Okay, what are some of the things that we've done in this Kali Yuga that we're in right now, which is actually called in Hindu teachings, it's the Iron Age that we're in. Interesting how that's similar to what science calls the Machine Age, or we have other Industrial Age. We're into some really bad stuff right now. We've gone back to where we use machines rather than working with our subconscious and our intuition, and we're mainly working out of our minds, so that everything's very hard to do, and it makes life very hard. What that does is it advances when people come here, when they're born here, they move along very quickly, because when it's this hard, they accomplish a lot in terms of awareness very quickly. So it's a great place to learn, and a hard place to live, and that's where we are today. That's why everything seems so difficult, and why we're mainly interested in money and just getting along, instead of living harmoniously with each other and loving, which is really where we're headed in this new era that's coming, and it's coming very quickly. I've talked about it before, but we're coming into the golden age. We're coming into a new golden age, and it's going to last almost 1.7. Well, it's probably going to last longer than that. I think this age is going to last maybe 2 million years, and people start living much longer than they are today. And I've talked about that also. We're coming into new kind of medicines that are going to allow us to live actually thousands of years, and it's going to make us not have to eat. We're not going to have to do anything but drink water, and we're going to live with a much higher level of consciousness and awareness that is not here today for the most part. I mean, there are people in this earth right now that do what I'm talking about. It's just that the mainstream, the main population doesn't do it. They can't. They don't have the awareness and consciousness to do it. But there are people right now. There are, as I've talked about on other videos, there are masters in this world right now, and lots of them that live and practice in the 13th level, the 13th plane, and we're all headed there. That's where we're headed. In other words, the 5th plane, which I've talked about, is the first level of where time and space no longer exist. So when you can become aware of that level, you've transcended the subconscious level. You look at things from above it, the subconscious, and when you can do that, you become aware beyond anything that most people can imagine today, and everything gets to be a lot easier because you've risen above pain and suffering and all the things that are occurring today at very, very high levels. And anger becomes much less. I'm not saying you're suppressing anger, because you're not. Anger is a necessity, just as fear is a necessity, but neither one of those things occur for the most part because you're so aware that you don't need them. Now, I know that's hard for everybody to get, but that's the truth. So what happens when you get to this level? Everything becomes sacred. Your whole life becomes a sacred adventure. Things like that were previously thought of as bad, and we have words that we go around saying things like "fuck you" and things like that, and we take away from the sacred parts of life, like sexual pleasure, and make them into bad things, and money becomes so important that we can't we drive our lives around. Our lives are driven by those thoughts. We've got those things today, and everybody is unhappy with them. We have to have energy supplied to us by coal, oil, gas, things from the earth, when energy is really free and it shouldn't have to be even supplied to us. Now, if you don't have food and you don't have energy, what good is money? I mean, you got to have a place to live, but other than that, money is pretty much worthless. So all of a sudden, all of these corporations that we abide by, we live with, are no longer necessary. And what do we have? We have our friends and our lovers and and everything that is really the basis for life, as our important things, and that's where we're headed. Okay, next I want to talk about what happened with from a Christian standpoint of view. And you know, I know most of the people watching this are Christians, and you know, I was brought up a Christian myself, and certainly I agree with virtually everything that's taught in Christianity, except for I have a little bit of a problem with being born again, because that goes against some of the basic teachings of love, because you basically have to learn that you're responsible for everything you do, and nobody can take it away from you. That was part of the 325 Council of Nicaea, and it doesn't really make any sense. But the rest of it, you take the Old Testament, that's all about the energy device that was taken out of Egypt, and basically stolen, and how it was used. That was a fractal device, and fractals are the key to this new golden era that we're going into, this new golden age, because the sacred geometry that was involved in the Ark of the Covenant is the key to all of this. It's not God, but it's the beginning of what God is. Energy is really one of the obvious reasons why we have money. Oil is one of the you can almost equate oil with dollars, and one of the problems that we have today is that we're burning oil, and you know, oil is not going to be around when we go into this golden age. It's just not going to happen, other than for lubrication. We still need lubrication. Need lubrication for everything. You know, you need lubrication in your body. That's part of why we drink water. You need lubrication for sex. So it's all going to be. It's still going to be around. Oil's going to be around. It's going to be used for many devices. But it's going to become much smaller part of our lives. So next thing I wanted to talk about was going into the how that Ark of the Covenant, which was a huge. If you read the Old Testament very carefully, and some of the people that, like Nissim Harriman and Dan Winter, are going into that in detail. I keep bringing them up, but there are other people, plenty of other people on the web that are talking about it, because this is the new era. This is the new era we're going into, and as this stuff comes out, and science, as we know it today, becomes more driven away, and drugs become less known as less effective, because you can't go on treating people for pain and not making them well. You can't be a God-realized person and be in great pain, because that keeps you from doing the things that you need to do in order to raise your conscious levels. You can't be in pain. If you're in pain, it distracts you from the spiritual things you need to do in order to advance. So that has to go away. We can't keep on being constantly having knee pain and arm pain and all of these various forms of pain that we have, and still advance spiritually. And that you got to advance spiritually. You have to learn love. If you don't learn love, you ain't going to get it. It's all about love. It may sound like other things are happening, but that's really the key. These swirls that you're seeing, they're fractals. All these swirls are fractals. Hurricanes are fractals. Tornadoes are fractals. All of nature